Hello and welcome to my spring garden tour, 15th of June 2023, and I'm starting with this little bit of patch which I just let grow wild. I've got loads of pots. Well, I wasn't very well, so I wasn't looking after my garden much, but despite all that, look, even if I don't look after it, they're beautiful flowers which are like, if you let your lawn go wild, there will be loads of wildflowers for the pollinators. So that's something I have to look after. I have to still do that, but I've been doing that. You will see the progress I have made. But yeah, so now here we've got to something quite interesting. I don't know if you can see it quite well, but you see a little seedling of tomato which came out of some old tomatoes I left, and I kind of thought, yes, maybe something will come up, and you can see a little seedling came out, and I will now try to look after it. It might not be as advanced as other people's, but it will still produce some tomatoes. Here next to it is an example of a potato. So normally this potato you would chuck it, but what I do is I just put it into a plant pot again, cover it with some earth, and keep on covering it as the potato keeps growing, and you could easily have about 10 potatoes in 3 or 4 months. I just harvested a bucket of potatoes from the ones I grew at Christmas. Anyway, underneath it you can see a pot where I've got it was a pot I used in the back garden because it's too dark, nothing much grew it, so I will be using it to cover up other things. So here is another good tip, and that is that my onions went all moldy, and instead of chucking them, I'm just putting them in the ground and they will grow. We won't have the onion from them, but you can enjoy the lovely green bits. And as I said, they are just waiting to be covered with a little bit of earth, need a bit of watering, and I will keep growing. And even here in this pot, even though it's all weeds, I like to collect the dandelions roots. So before I start growing something else, I will harvest the roots. Now here there is just one curly kale. Mostly others are eaten by snails, so I have to make sure that at least this one is preserved. And what I can do is I can put blackberry twigs on it. Apparently snails don't like blackberry twigs because they've got thorns. And here I'm just discovering a new potato is growing. So even though I didn't plant it till something like December, it's growing, and you can just keep on adding the earth on top of it. And you can see here some potatoes which are ready for harvest, and they are eaten by snails. But yeah, now this beautiful purple flower has deseeded itself, and I absolutely love it. I picked up some for the home, and the bees just love those. So yeah, there's still a little bit of garden I need to attend to. As I said, I wasn't well for 3.5 months, so the garden did suffer a little bit. But again, something which always grows by itself, it's these lovely, lovely sweet peas, and I just don't do anything. They just come up every year. They just come year after year, and I absolutely love the flowers. And here I've even got a Christmas tree which hasn't died, so I can use it next year, and it looks lovely in the garden. And you can see examples, some more wildflowers which have deseeded themselves, and yeah, I still need to attend to that part of the garden. And here I collect seeds. I haven't used any seeds from the shops for a long time because I just reuse the old seeds. So I'm just waiting for these seeds, but you can see there's some of, I don't know if you can see it, there's some little flies, and the ladybirds are good for that. That's a natural way. Otherwise I just try to squash them, squeeze them, otherwise it will destroy the flower. Here's another one of them. And you can see I've got loads of mints here, and down here you can even see we are in middle of June, and there's still some remainders of forget-me-nots. They are, yes, you can see them. Difficult to, because the other blue flower is in the way, and the forget-me-not there is only very little, but this is it. This is, you can see the blue flower, that is forget-me-not, yes. And then those purple flowers. Now down here you can see some more, but potatoes ready to be harvested, and they are being eaten by the slugs. And these ones are wild rockets, and what I do with them, again, I let them go into flower. They flower quite nicely, you can see that. And then when the seeds come, I just put them into this bin, and I let them dry, and then they just pop out by themselves. Down here you can even see that I'm making a fertilizer from nettles. So you just put nettles into water, and a few days later you've got a good fertilizer. I collect a lot of water, as you can see, and the water's gone all green, but it is all good fertilizer. So you can see this part of the garden I've been working on, because all where you see the compost bits, that is where I was working on it. And I was also cutting down on the grass just by hand, because the grass was very big at the beginning. All the grass looked like this, but I left this bit of the garden because I don't want to get rid of the beautiful sweet peas. So yeah, now this is one plant I left over at home for winter, and it looks like it's picking up, because to make sure the frost wouldn't get it. And yeah, here is just some more things which I keep growing. This is it, potatoes again, and this is all new stuff which is waiting, flowers and vegetables. All of these just wait to be grown, and I think I've got a few more beauty to share with you here. Marigolds just nicely coming out, so I will have more of those. And then just a beautiful field of blue flowers. So thank you. So before, where I'm stepping, that's where all the grass was, and my neighbors actually said, "Oh, we love the long grass." I said, "Yeah, I do. I only let it grow wild because I wasn't well." But there are good advantages. You can see how many seeds of white blue rockets I shall have. And there's another plant which I kept at home for the winter months, which should flower at, I forgot what they're called, but it'll come to me. Yeah, sometimes I keep forgetting things. Yeah, not pelargoniums, but my mum used to love those, so I'm looking always forward when they flower, and it would be nice if they could start flowering in a month's time, which will be the first anniversary of my mum's death. Anyway, thanks for watching, and take care. Bye now. Enjoy gardening.